Greetings, viewers, and welcome back to Just Short of Fantastic. It is November, and I am going to share with you the fabulous Nimona, because I love alliteration. It's Nimona November. You're welcome. So, as it shows here on the front of the graphic novel, it is a Netflix film, and that is how I first encountered Nimona. Well, that's a bit misleading. Actually, I did know that Nimona was a graphic novel before the movie came out. It had been on my radar for a while because Nimona started its life as a webcomic by ND Stevenson, who is also the fabulous, amazingly talented, and brilliant person behind one of my other favorite comics, graphic novels, Lumberjanes, which I've been following for a while as well. So I think I was reading Lumberjanes, and then I also discovered that ND Stevenson had made Nimona, and I was like, oh, okay, interesting. And I sort of filed that away to find later. ND Stevenson also the creator slash producer, somehow involved with the new She-Ra and the Princesses of Power Netflix series, which is also something that I love. So yes, I've known about Nimona as a graphic novel for quite some time. However, it was not until the Netflix film came out that I actually got myself into gear and engaged with this story, this amazing story and its amazing characters. Now, I had seen the Netflix film many times before I finally got around to reading the graphic novel on which it is based, because it's a really good movie. The story is great, the characters are great, but also the animation just takes everything to a whole new level. And as you know, I love animation. I love everything about animation. Just it's a medium so beautiful and detailed. This movie, the textures, the lighting in this movie is just from an artistic standpoint, it's a marvel. And even if you are not part of the LGBTQ community, I feel like people can still really appreciate this movie on an artistic level, on an aesthetic level. It's like, what if like a future medieval times, like a futuristic cyberpunk medieval times, like it's phenomenal. It's so good. But then the story and the characters, Nimona herself is a non-binary trans character. The two knights in the story, Ballister and Goldenloin, are gay. They're in a relationship together. Spoiler alert. It's so good. It's such a good movie for representation. And even in the movie, there's a lot of like the background characters. You can see a lot of thought went into the designs of these characters. Like, there's so much diversity on display. It's truly amazing. Although I will say that one of the characters who's in the graphic novel who did not make it into the movie, which just breaks my heart, is this scientist, Dr. Blitzmeyer. This character right here. Dr. Blitzmeyer plays a pivotal role in the graphic novel. However, they redesigned the story, which I do appreciate for the film. It's a lot more tight. It's a lot more thematically coherent. It brings everything together a whole lot better than the webcomic does, which is a nice update. However, because of that, Dr. Blitzmeyer got the axe in transferring over to the movie, which is a shame. There are significant differences between the graphic novel and the Netflix film. I would say that the plots are completely different. However, the themes and character arcs stay relatively intact. So what is Nimona? Nimona is a queer story about friendship and loyalty and acceptance, and the protagonist, Nimona, is a shape-shifting teenager who usually presents as a girl, but shapeshifts into different animals, into different people. In the graphic novel, Nimona actually shapeshifts into a young boy. Nimona and Ballister get to spend time together incognito at a science fair, and it's heavily implied that Nimona is in disguise as Ballister's son, and oh my god, my little gay heart. It is just the sweetest sequence. I almost cried. This sequence wasn't really transferred into the film, which I think would have also been really sweet, but I get it, like the film, that's not the vibe they were going for. I understand. As I was saying, Nimona is a shapeshifter, and they have to take down the evil institute that has framed Ballister for some evil deeds. I also really like in the movie that they've given Goldenloin a much deeper character. In the graphic novel, Goldenloin is sort of just like a one-note nemesis character. In the movie, he gets a lot more interiority. We get to see his side of things, which is a really great update. We love that. And it's a love story. It's a love story, really. It's about loving yourself and loving the people in your life, accepting yourself, and being loyal to those who accept you. In conclusion, happy Nimona November. If there's a person in your life who you know enjoys graphic novels, Nimona is a great Christmas present. Lumberjanes is a great Christmas present. Go out, find these narratives, gift them to the people in your life. I love how much trans, non-binary, and queer representation we're seeing now in the mainstream, but we could definitely see more. We need to support our queer creatives. We need to demand more queer and diverse narratives in the mainstream media, and I just hope that everyone can find joy and love. And until next time, stay just short of fantastic.